delivering value through authentic interpretations of global literary works. Hi, this is Sally's Book Club. Today we're exploring a book called The Charisma Myth, spanning 264 pages with approximately 130,000 words. I'll guide you through the essence of this book in the next 30 minutes. Learn how to develop irresistible charisma through practice, making people admire you and gain advantages in both professional and personal life. Ever noticed those natural social butterflies? They effortlessly make friends and colleagues love collaborating with them. They turn challenging clients into friends and become first choice for international training opportunities. Meanwhile, you work diligently yet remain unnoticed, often facing collaboration challenges. Why does success come easier to them? The difference lies in their mastered charisma, a learnable skill for excelling in career, social situations, and life. This book clearly explains what charisma is, how to acquire it, and how to apply it effectively. So, the author Olivia Fox Cabane is a professional coach specializing in charisma training. She researches charismatic behaviors and how to demonstrate them through practice. Her work includes keynote speeches at Harvard and other prestigious institutions. She combines behavioral science research with training cases to create easily learnable charisma techniques for daily practice. Now let's dive into the key concepts together. First, what exactly is charisma? Why should we strive to be charismatic? Second, three key indicators of charismatic presence. Third, how to project charismatic signals. Fourth, mastering charismatic signals to develop versatile personal styles. So let's start with our first topic, defining charisma. Why cultivate charisma? We often use charisma to describe celebrities or business leaders, but what does it truly mean? Um, Simply put, charisma is the ability to attract people, make them like you, admire you, and follow your lead. Charisma can be broken down into three distinct manifestations. First, the ability to make people like you instantly, even strangers feeling comfortable enough to befriend you. Second, the power to earn respect and trust while inspiring collaboration. Leaders instinctively entrust you with crucial projects and new opportunities. You become their first choice. Third, the capacity to inspire admiration and create devoted followers. People willingly support your goals, even mimic your mannerisms, hoping to emulate your success. These three aspects all demonstrate charismatic presence. Some might say these standards are too high. Only celebrities or executives need such qualities. True, public figures require exceptional charisma to maintain fan bases and media appeal. But modern society has entered the personal branding era. Even ordinary people need charisma to gain competitive edges and improve their lives. Why is this crucial now? In slower paced times, people rarely change jobs or social circles. Familiar colleagues became permanent fixtures through sheer exposure. Now, with abundant opportunities and frequent job hopping, charismatic individuals quickly bond with new teams and impress managers, gaining career advantages. Previously, corporate prestige overshadowed personal recognition. Now, entrepreneurs and freelancers must cultivate personal magnetism. Influencers and content creators build empires through sheer charisma. Loyal followers enable young innovators to achieve financial freedom. Even side hustlers benefit from personal influence for better opportunities. Ultimately, charisma helps gain support and desired outcomes, while its absence creates invisible barriers, either fade into obscurity or become isolated. Like being the office workhorse, first to arrive, last to leave, doing thankless tasks while promotions pass you by. Even as a technical expert delivering solutions rapidly, leadership opportunities slip away. Colleagues resist your ideas, perceiving arrogance, forcing management to reassign key projects. Crucially, charisma transcends social skills, applicable to teaching, family dynamics, conflict resolution, public speaking, etc. A charismatic tutor effortlessly gains children's cooperation. A charismatic mediator diffuses tensions more effectively. A charismatic journalist extracts information more successfully. Charisma becomes crucial whenever influencing others matters. Charisma isn't about universal likability, but strategic impact. It's a scalable skill from single situations to versatile applications. So, how do we develop this ability? First, understand how people perceive charisma. Our second key topic, behavioral science reveals charisma detection through specific signals, not intuition. Three nonverbal signals: presence, power, and warmth. Demonstrate these through behavior to project charisma. Let's decode these signals systematically. First, presence, being fully engaged during interactions through active listening and response. Humans instinctively detect attention through eye contact, facial cues, and response timing. Feeling heard breeds connection. Perceived neglect creates distance. True presence measures engagement quality, not proximity or duration. Some constantly complain about bosses overlooking them, yet ignore their own distracted behavior in meetings, checking phones instead of engaging. This essentially tells superiors, I don't value you or this job. Why would they promote you? Second, demonstrating power, the ability to control resources and influence outcomes. We assess power through visible markers: professional titles, expertise, attire quality, and confident posture, like executives or luxury car owners. In competitive environments, resource controllers naturally thrive. Humans instinctively follow and trust powerful figures. We constantly scan for power indicators in others. This explains why people change attitudes based on perceived status, like Cheng Yu's historical flip-flopping. When Sukrin returned home poor, even his wife ignored him. But as prime minister of 6 states, his family trembled before him. Sukrin asked, why the sudden respect? The honest reply, you're important now. Since we judge power externally, it can be strategically displayed. As the Chinese saying goes, Buddhas need golden adornment, people need proper attire. Appearance shapes perception. But what if you're not born privileged? Confident posture and demeanor can compensate effectively. Third, demonstrating warmth, showing genuine care and willingness to help. And think about colleagues who selflessly assist others, universally beloved. Mencius taught, those who love others will be loved in return. And when meeting someone, we assess both their power and warmth. Or simply, are they approachable? Can we collaborate smoothly? These three behaviors constitute the most significant charisma signals. Crucially, warmth and power signals must be balanced. Neither should dominate excessively. Sheer power without warmth creates arrogant impressions. Excessive warmth without power appears weak and people-pleasing. To recap, charisma is assessed through nonverbal cues. Presence, power, and warmth form the core charisma triad. With identifiable behaviors, we can practice strategically. Now let's explore practical techniques for emitting these signals. We all possess these capabilities, but lack consistent execution. Others miss our charisma when signals get disrupted. True charisma blossoms from internal mindset outward. It will train both mindset and body language through daily exercises. Cultivate inner calmness, confidence, and poise first. Imagine prepping for crucial client meetings. Will it go well? What if they challenge me unexpectedly? How to explain potential failures to leadership. These anxieties trigger physical stress responses. This demonstrates unprepared mental state. The author identifies three charisma killers: anxiety, self-doubt, and guilt. Our client meeting example manifests anxiety. Anxiety stems from brain's response to uncertainty. Evolutionary perspective as potential danger. Combat anxiety through mental delegation exercises. Visualize transferring burdens to higher authority figures. Imagine placing worries on someone or something greater than yourself. Transfer specific concerns like client challenges. Will my presentation succeed? What about children's exam results? Let this powerful figure bear all your burdens. Visualize transferring each worry with vivid mental imagery, feeling lighter with each release. This mental delegation exercise alleviates uncertainty, enabling clear thinking rather than paralyzing anxiety. The second toxic mindset, self doubt, questioning your capabilities. This important interview, I'll definitely mess up. Let someone else do it. This is common. Our brains amplify negative feedback while dismissing positives. We instinctively filter out positive signals. Remember that classic question, good news or bad news first? Whichever you pick, the bad news sticks anyway. Combat self doubt through reality reframing techniques. Force positive perspectives, authenticity optional. Before investor meetings, previous investors were amateurs. These will fight to fund us. Next year will be unicorns, making naysayers regret their doubt. Write these affirmations for enhanced believability. Some may call this self deception. Exactly. Constructive self delusion to bypass mental blocks, prevent overwhelm from challenges. Third poison, self blame, extremely prevalent. We set unrealistic standards, then self flagellate when missing them. And does self blame solve anything? Absolutely not. Excessive self criticism breeds self loathing. How can others like you then? Practice self compassion. Acknowledge difficulties without harsh judgment. Remember your imagined burden bearer. Visualize this figure gazing at you with unconditional acceptance, embracing your imperfections. Releasing guilt rejuvenates you for new challenges. Self compassion means focusing on improvement, not excusing faults. We've covered overcoming anxiety, self doubt, and guilt, crucial mental foundations. Now let's enhance charisma through body language techniques. First, handshakes. Seems simple, but many do it wrong. Avoid limp, hungry grips or bone crushing squeezes. Never position your hand dominantly over others. Ideal handshake, full palm contact, matching pressure, elbow initiated movement. Yes, it's meticulous, but first impressions matter. Second, eye contact, charisma's cornerstone. Do you avoid eye contact or glance around distractedly? Wandering eyes signal weakness and disinterest. But don't overcompensate with intimidating stares. Aim for focused yet warm engagement. Practice varying gaze intensity. Find your sweet spot. Your emotional state directly shapes eye expression. Close your eyes and visualize something intensely frustrating. Feel the anxiety and anger. Then observe your eye expression when reopening them. Now close them again, imagining something exhilarating like receiving a promotion. Notice how your eyes sparkle differently. Practice capturing this energized yet gentle gaze. Third practice, active listening. Listening is the secret weapon for demonstrating presence and warmth. We often prioritize showing off knowledge over truly hearing others. Check if you exhibit these poor habits. Multitasking during conversations, interrupting others to showcase quick thinking, pretending to listen while mentally rehearsing your next comment. How do charismatic masters listen? The secret's simple. Practice in every conversation. 1. Never interrupt. 2. Pause 2 seconds before responding, regardless of urgency. Let others finish completely without interjection. After they stop, wait 1 to 2 seconds before speaking. What to do during these seconds? Use facial expressions to show deep engagement and understanding. These seconds dramatically alter perception. Never underestimate them. Finally, body language exercises. Body language encompasses posture, gestures, and movement. Crucial nonverbal communication. No verbal communication dominates. Body language impacts more profoundly. When verbal and nonverbal cues conflict, people trust body language. Seeing believes. How to project charisma through body language. Practice 2 techniques, mirroring and space occupation. First, mirroring naturally builds rapport through subtle imitation. Humans instinctively mirror others, an innate ability. Long married couples develop similar mannerisms through constant mirroring. Conversely, when someone mirrors our movements, our subconscious perceives them as kindred spirits. By consciously mirroring others' body language during interactions, we create comfort and deepen connections. If someone speaks rapidly with animated gestures, match their energy, quicken your speech, and use similar motions. But what if they notice? Wouldn't that be awkward? We're not suggesting robotic imitation. That would feel unnatural and forced. Selectively mirror acceptable gestures with slight delays for natural integration. Now let's discuss space occupation. crucial for social wallflowers wanting visibility. Cowering in corners broadcasts unimportance through body language, weaks. Constricted postures invite underestimation and competence doubts. Before important meetings, practice expansive stances to maintain confident posture. Powerful imagery suggestion. Channel heroic cinematic entrances. Own your space like silver screen legends. Feet planted shoulder width. Avoid fidgeting. Reach upward then outward. Claim your territory. Visualize doubling in size before striding forth with purpose. Consistent practice banishes invisible person perceptions permanently. Though both techniques use body language, their applications differ strategically. Mirroring builds intimacy, perfect for warmth-driven, collaborative scenarios. Space occupation projects, authority. Essential when commanding followership. Choose techniques based on situational demands and desired outcomes. We've now covered key charisma signal techniques from our third discussion point. In summary, true charisma radiates internally. We've addressed anxiety, self-doubt, and guilt management as foundational work. Externally, we've covered 5 techniques: handshakes, charismatic gaze, active listening, mirroring, and space occupation. These exercises help demonstrate presence, warmth, and power, the core charisma signals. Now we reach our final topic: adapting signals to create versatile charisma styles. If charisma signals are martial arts moves, charisma styles are strategic combinations. Moves are static. True mastery lies in dynamic style adaptation across situations. Benefits listing. 1. Leverage natural strengths instead of imitation. 2. Contextual precision. Using warmth when meeting authority is like fighting fire with kindling. Disastrous. Let's explore 4 primary charisma styles and their applications. 1. Focused charisma, common among tech CEOs valuing expertise and equality. These leaders earn respect through deep engagement with technical teams, ideal for introverted professionals like consultants or lawyers. 2. Visionary charisma, embodied by Jobs and Ma Yun. Visionaries combine unshakable conviction with compelling future narratives. Demanding yet inspiring, teams tolerate intensity for shared purpose. Why does this style mesmerize? In uncertain times, people crave decisive leaders with clear direction. Entrepreneurs master visionary storytelling to inspire teams. 3. Kindness charisma radiates unconditional acceptance and care. These individuals make strangers feel instantly comfortable and valued. People confide freely in them. Perfect if you lack titles or visionary skills but seek strong relationships. Fourth, authority, charisma emanating from power projection. High-ranking officials, military leaders, and medical experts naturally embody this style. Use power signals during crises or high-stakes negotiations to demonstrate decisiveness. High-end attire amplifies authority, ideal for fashion-conscious professionals. Adapt styles considering 1. Personality. 2. Objectives. 3. Environment. 4. Potential drawbacks. First, honor your innate personality. Don't force unnatural styles. A booming-voiced Zhang Fei can't suddenly become meticulous Zhu Liang. Amplify existing strengths before addressing weaknesses. Second, align with interaction goals. Casual chat versus formal negotiation. Leading teams requires different charisma than technical discussions. Choose effectiveness over personal preference. Recall our argument-prone tech expert example. Had he aimed for colleague empowerment through warmth and focus, but instead of forceful arguing, he'd gain team support naturally. Third, assess environmental culture and mood carefully. Is the energy urgent like Sun Wukong's battles, or reflective like Tang Sanzang's listening sessions? Does the culture value boldness or humility? Always match your style to the situational demands. Misjudging scenarios leads to ineffective or counterproductive charisma. Finally, mitigate charisma's negative impacts. Excessive charisma breeds envy and unsustainable pressure. Moderation matters. Charisma serves specific needs, not universal approval. Even top celebrities face admirers and critics. Accept this duality. Counterbalance competence with warmth. Credit teams and show vulnerability. Displaying human fragility disarms critics and builds authentic connections. True charisma requires fluid adaptation to personalities, goals, and contexts. Let's examine 3 practical scenarios for better understanding. Scenario 1, networking event, aiming to expand professional connections. Dress code alignment first, blend in visually while maintaining authenticity. Perfect handshake initiation, then open ended questions, then storytelling engagement. I read your fascinating article about topic. Could you share the backstory? Active listening plus subtle mirroring equals focused kindness, charisma. Exit gracefully with value-added closure, not abrupt farewells. Leave memorable touch points. Book recommendations, event invitations, or connections. Scenario 2, leadership debut speech, establishing authority as new director. Command space physically, expanded posture projects confidence. Laser-focused eye contact, 2-second engagements across the room. Prioritize emotional resonance over speed, modulating expressions between smiles and determination. Demonstrate expertise through strategic pauses. Let key points breathe for audience absorption. Conclude by owning the stage until applause subsides. No retreating from earned recognition. This controlled delivery establishes managerial credibility through presence. Scenario 3, delivering bad news, maintaining relationships through difficult conversations. Like apologizing for mistakes or giving critical feedback, always challenging how to deliver unpleasant truths without breeding resentment. First, choose comfortable timing and environment. Never win fatigued. Frame criticism with kindness, charisma, emphasize benevolent intent. Use visionary framing. Paint improved futures rather than dwelling on errors. When apologizing, demonstrate remorse through active listening, not just talking. Avoid authoritative pushback. It fuels conflict like gasoline on fire. Well-handled difficult conversations can actually deepen relationships. We've covered practical charisma applications across scenarios. Now let's recap today's key insights. First, charisma defined the ability to attract admiration and followership. Why it matters. Personal branding era demands charismatic competence. Charisma transcends social skills, applicable across life's roles and challenges. In our personal brand era, charisma prevents professional isolation. It's scalable from specific situations to versatile mastery. Start with individual scenarios, gradually expanding your charismatic range. Next, we explored acquiring charisma, not divine gifts, but learnable behaviors. Charisma manifests through 3 signals: presence, power, and warmth. By cultivating mindset and body language, we master these signals to become charismatic. Finally, we discussed contextual charisma adaptation. If charisma signals are martial arts moves, styles are strategic combinations. 4 primary styles: focused, visionary, kindness, authority, adapt based on personality and context. We emphasize charisma not just for professional success, but as a personal cultivation journey of self-empowerment. True charisma life, focused goals, self-belief, resilience through adversity. This concludes our exploration of the charisma myth. Find episode notes below. Join us next time for more literary insights.